Hmm. So it's raining out, which you can see what I see. No, it's the same setting, but I just kind of wanted to tell a story and test out this mic. So I do want to talk about religion really quick because I had this fucking, when you have those things come to mind. So I live in the South now, and everybody talks about that second coming of Jesus. I, I, I thought about the first coming of Jesus. I was thinking, Jesus originally came, and he was the Messiah for all of Israel, basically, for the Jews. He was the Messiah for them, and he came, and he had an issue with the way the institutional Jews were doing things, the Pharisees, and he upset the powers that be. It's like he wasn't a Christian. Like a lot of people get that twisted. He was the Messiah for the okay. So and then it pissed him off so much that well, they, they killed him. So back to this second coming thing. If Jesus comes back, you think he's going to be a Christian? He wasn't a Christian when he was alive. Christianity didn't develop until after, like, this has become common knowledge now. Christianity didn't develop until later on when the letters and works from his apostles started to be circulated and compiled. And that's the New Testament, his apostles talking about their experiences with Jesus, the Messiah. To a wider group of people too, like the Gentiles are. Like, that's what Paul is trying to do. So I don't exactly know where everybody is on their reading and how deep they go. Yeah, been around the block. I've read it all, seen it all, heard it all. But anyways, so yeah, that's when Christianity developed. And I'm giving you the Cliff Notes. Some of you know this already. Some of you go deeper, some of you go darker, some of you go brighter. I don't know. But it's hard to argue with this part. So if he came back, he's not going to be Christian. Why would he? You think he's going to be a Jew? You think that they fixed their problem after they killed him? Like, there was a lot of issues that happened. And the whole language of Hebrew was lost for a long time. Like, they didn't start to redevelop the language of Hebrew until the 19th century. Like, they started to actually look into it again to rebuild a lost language. It was almost a dead language. Like, so do you think they fixed their stuff? I don't know. Again, Jesus was the king of karma. So I doubt he would see any resemblance to what he knew back then if he had, like, we're talking about, let's say, the second coming, he comes back. He's definitely not going to have nostalgia when he comes back. I'll tell you that much right now. So what would he be, and how would Christians treat him? Because Christians are the biggest population right now that are, like, expecting him. What if he came back and said, well, I'm not a Christian? You think that would piss off the Christians just as much as he pissed off the Jews back then? Enough to have them do what they did to him back then again? I don't know, man. Look at these fucking, like, just look at the pattern of humanity. We did it once. I'm talking humans as humanity as a whole. We did it once to Jesus. And look at all the atrocities since. Like, I don't know. Would everyone be? No, I don't think so. But just think about it. How would the bigwigs in the church feel about Jesus coming back and then all of a sudden finding out, well, he's not Christian? What does that mean? Everybody's doing it wrong. Yeah, that's a problem that's going to come up that nobody's talking about. Because when Jesus comes back, he's going to be a reformer, right? Anyways, maybe it's a good thing that I'm testing on my things, recording this in the but we'll see how it works out. Just food for thought. Because, Jesus' teaching is very important. Like, think about when he tells his disciples, the 72, to go out, start preaching. Like, he basically tells you to be a good person. He shows you, he's like, go out door to door and just try to be a good person and see who's a good person too. See how big this community of God reaches. Learn so that you can do these things at one point when you're not traveling, when you're just chilling at home, bringing a bunch of eggs home, and then some Jehovah's Witnesses walk up to your door and you don't just shoot them away. You just say, hey, what's up? Because at one point in your life, you were a pilgrim just like that. Like, yeah. There's this book. I think if you call yourself a Christian, you should read it. Other than the Bible. It's called The Pilgrim's Progress. John Bunyan. Yeah. It's kind of talks about just like the pilgrim in a sense of just a person going through life and seeing it in a very symbolic way and looking for God in this way. And as a Christian, so there's a bunch of Christian symbolism. It's really good. Yeah, I read it. God bless.